Hello everybody and welcome to a little bit of Divinity Original Sin 2 for a change from all the WoW stuff. I'm currently waiting for my Twitch to actually refresh and show me the chat window and everything so I can actually know that this is working properly. It doesn't seem to want to cooperate today, but I decided to forego the starting soon screen, so we're just straight into the game, which also means no synthwave. Because I didn't really think the the synthwave UI and like starting screen really fit the game and the musical choice, so decided to go without that, which you can stick it on Explorer for now. Right, quick summary of what we're actually doing today. Playing this mod pack thing that I kind of put together. It's like almost 60 mods now. I just keep adding new stuff to it. I finally finished my first playthrough of this like a couple days ago now. It was like 60 hours. I started it back in like 2017 in the classic version and only finally just got around to finishing it. This game is fucking long and beautiful. There's also a shitload of mods for it, so I've sat and gone through and picked out every mod I thought would add something new to the game. I've tried to avoid like cheaty stuff. There is a couple like fun little mods I added in here, like the cheat commander menu and stuff, just to like... Originally it was to try and get the like legendary, I can't remember what it's called now. The legendary like piece of gear you can get from the big demon later in the game. That gives you like permanent wings and stuff, because I was hoping I could just give myself that piece of armor and it would scale down like most of the gear does, but it only gives you like preset stuff and can just give you money, and it's not really that great. But for like just messing around and figuring out what we want to do with classes and stuff, it's helpful, and that's kind of what I've been doing, is just playing around, figuring out exactly where I want to go. I'm still not entirely sure, but the last character I played, just as like testing stuff out, was an undead elf. And the amount of different like mods and stuff we've got in here means that this second playthrough I'm going to do will be completely different from the first playthrough, because literally even the original classes are different. I think all of these are the modded ones, like, there's so many. Like, it just doesn't end. There's like several different versions of Monk, and then Chaos Warrior, Blade Master, Assassin. Assassin is kind of the thing I really like, which is like Rogue meets Polymorph, which is really strong. Yeah, there's like a shitload of new classes, including a Succubus, and a Priest, and a Marauder, and a Vampire, and a Blacksmith, and then we finally go back to the original classes. But even the original classes have all these new things, like every class has its own new mechanic, basically. So like with the Fire Mage, you have Scorch, which stacks up and deals more damage the more stacks you put on people. I think it's Rogue has the combo like mechanic, kind of like in Hearthstone, where the more you combo it up, the more you the more damage you do, and you can like unleash all of your combos to do like a big flurry of attacks and stuff, which is really fun. I haven't really messed around with some of the other classes because a lot of them I haven't played. Like, I never played a ranger in my original playthrough. I had a rogue, which was Sabil. I had my main character, which was an inquisitor, I think, which was super strong, especially late game. Like, the amount warfare like scales as you go is insane. She was dealing like 3,000 damage in a swing and stuff. Like, it was just demolishing people. Like, if Sabil didn't one-shot them in a single turn with the insane like rogue stuff you can do, my main would just finish them off every time, and then get extra action points and keep killing more people. It was beautiful. But I kind of want to figure out what it is we actually want to play here. I did find that Celestial Wizard is not great early game. Like, you get Close the Gate, which doesn't do anything at the beginning of the game because you have no summoning stuff. You have an instant heal, which is really nice. And the random bolt. Oh no, that's just the Chaos Bolt. There was another ability that was just random damage. Was interesting. I don't know how good it was. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. I feel like I've kind of rambled through, like, everything in the first 4 minutes. So, basically, if you're watching this on the YouTube side, I've put together all these mods into a collection on Steam, so you can just press one button and it downloads all of them, and there's also links from that to get the other mods that aren't on Steam, like the script extender and the mod that re-enables achievements. Which I always like, actually being able to get achievements in games. I think it's because I started out playing games on, like, the Xbox and stuff. I mean, I'd played stuff on the PS2, I played stuff on the PS1, but it wasn't until, like, the 360 I got super into gaming in general. And I got super into, like, achievement hunting and stuff, so I always like being able to earn achievements in the games I'm playing. It's just that nice sort of satisfying, like, pop-up of, like, oh, you did this, here's, you know, score or trophy or whatever it is on PlayStation. I feel like Reaper could be fun. That's kind of just thingy again, isn't it? Where's preset? There we go. Yeah, that's basically just Inquisitor, but you also get access to all the new different class stuff, which I've not even combed through any of this yet. We will probably go a little longer than I normally stream, just because this game is, it's a lot. And we're probably going to be on Character Creator for a while. Just while I flick through things and kind of remember everything I want to say. So I love the fact that all these classes change the armor sets so much. Like, they're all super unique. I love them. Attack enemy with a sneaky blow, physical damage with 50% chance to steal an item. That's pretty fucking cool. Also, it has no icon, I guess, because it's from the piracy thing, which is a unique class, apparently. It's not Scoundrel. It's interesting. But yeah, like, that's the amount of things you have to pick from as your starting class if you pick a rogue. Like, you have succubus stuff, you have, what's that, Umbra? Then you've got the remastered Scoundrel stuff, and then you also have, what, Pirate in here as well. Pretty cool. I do want to eventually do this in co-op with someone. I don't know who it's gonna end up being, but I'm just trying to remember the rest of the mods we have installed to pick a class, because I feel like I'm spending ages on here. Oh yeah, like an actual fucking battle mage. Rush towards in a straight line to a designated point, hitting all enemies in your path. So that's just like super-powered charge. Wow, okay, that's fucking good. You start with a whirlwind? Cripple all enemies within a 1 meter radius. It's a real short whirlwind, but it's still pretty good. Jesus. There's so many things to pick from. The Necromancy also has access to the time magic? I kind of just wanted to play a rogue and do like a rogue, like succubus type build thing, like a deadly seductress or whatever, because that's a real stereotypical thing you can start with. That's a gun. I forgot about that. There's a gun mod. There's rifles and muskets and flintlock pistols and stuff. Like, you know, no one's gonna whip out an M16, but it's still some good stuff in here. Rogue is just super strong in this game, from what I've found. Rogue Warfare could be super good. Because you could backlash into people and then use that. Or a regular whirlwind. Crippling Blow does hit all characters around it. I thought it was just a single target attack. Fair enough. Also, that does magic damage. And the rest of her attacks do physical. That's a weird mix. Jump to your enemy and make yourself invisible for 1 turn. Okay, so that's just Chameleon Cloak mixed with Backlash, which is also broken good. Also, the Dominatrix ability, I've tried that out a few times. Real good. Because it's piercing damage, which goes straight through armor. So you can just demolish people without actually having to fight their armor at all. I don't know whether it takes steel or not. It does super low damage, but that chance of just stealing items from them, and it's a 50% chance, so it's every time you do it, it's a coin flip of whether you're just gonna rob them immediately. So maybe the vampire abilities would be good. Oh, you take 1 to 2 piercing damage per turn. That seems real bad. But it also gives you fury. Set bleeding if the target is already bleeding from... Is already bleeding, set wounded instead. Wounded increases skills and item cost by 1 action point. Reduces life steal by 30%, also deals 2 to 3 piercing damage each turn. That seems good. It sounds real boring, but I feel like Rogue Warfare is actually real strong. I mean, we're going to need a mage as well, obviously, but I feel like this is a real good place to start. I think just more AoE stuff would be good as well. I would take Stalk because it's the invisibility thing, but Backlash does damage immediately and you can combo that super hard. If used your invisibility all whilst sneaking, plus 25% damage. Or I could combo it with that. Which means I could Stalk, set invisibility, and then hit them with that. And I could probably pick up Backslash real early from a vendor, actually. Okay. We are a vampire rogue. That's our class now. Sure. I'm just wondering, well, I guess if we're just using it as, like, skills, it's not going to really matter too much, but I'm just worried that, I'm just going to put those points into finesse. In fact, maybe 1 into... Which one gives you initiative again? Oh, it is wits. Put 1 in wits then. Because we also have the mod on that makes it so that you, brain. Why did you just die? It makes initiative-based combat, which I thought the game had originally, but apparently the game functions on like a round-robin system or something. Whereas we can change that to, not be the case. Fuck it. I think it was the Ode that was kind of nice. Sure. But yeah, we have that mod on. We also have the, like, improved character customization stuff, so there's a whole bunch of extra options in here, like you can be a Shrieker. if you're undead, which my my last character was. I tried out. Will you get a zoom in on that real ugly undead head, please? Beautiful. I've not actually been through all the options because I added in another mod that adds more stuff since I made that last character. What in the fuck is that? Jesus. Okay, it's got like a little fishing line coming down from it as well. Oh, is that another hair in the crotch one? Or is that just bald? Oh, it is just bald. Which one is it that just gives you hair, like, floating in your crotch region? That one. There we go. Beautiful. I think it's supposed to be dwarf hair, which obviously doesn't really work with, yeah, fuck it, let's have the weird-ass pirate hat. I'm pretty sure if we get, thingy... Oh yeah, I can also have the wooden tree masks. What is that? That actually looks quite cool with this, weirdly. Oh, you can have Melody's mask as well? These are all new to me. What's that? Can't even... Oh, these are the, you can have hair on top of your hair options. Which actually works quite well on some of the human hair. Because I made a polymorph warfare character, I think I mentioned that. That's the Sturt. Yeah, sure, that works.
Try again. Prepare yourself.
Sure, Scholar. Sure, it's Bonnie. But yeah, I made my polymorph necromancer character or whatever first, and the human hairs can like mesh together quite well, and you can create new hairstyles by just merging two of the different hairs together, basically, which looks quite cool. It doesn't really work on the elves too much because they have a lot of hair going on most of the time. Also, one of the lovely mods skips the tutorial, so you don't have to bother with that mess. What the hell? Sure, I felt like we had weird stuff, but it's just this outfit is real grey, huh? Oh, that's a lot of stuff in my inventory. Right, let's get this hotbar sorted out immediately. Let's get that out of here, because we'll change that in a minute. Let's get that off here. Flask of fire weakness, okay, sure. Let's get these all the way over there. Play dead. Sucker punch. Okay. Sure, that'll be fine. I feel like we don't take the wings this time because it's kind of cheaty. For anybody who does decide to play this, there are just barrels and crates and stuff everywhere if you just want to grab all of the class stuff immediately. And there's also like 20 NPCs around here that will teach you all the stuff, which is nice. No, I can't remember. I think it's you who are the pirate? Yes. Look how this got like knockoff Captain Jack. Summon Parrot. Who will aid you in battle. Beautiful. And he also has a bunch of cool daggers and stuff. 1 second. I will be back in just 2 minutes. Right. Let's kind of take this from the top a little bit. Because I feel like I've kind of been floundering around most of this stuff. Not entirely sure why, but I have been. Basically, playing Divinity, got almost 60 mods, whole bunch of class revamps, whole bunch of added classes, a whole bunch of added spells and armor sets and everything else. It's Divinity Plus, basically. It's just all the, like, community created stuff as much as I could get in that works and fits, and hopefully everything's fine. I haven't actually tested it since I added, like, the last 10 mods or whatever. We were on, like, 40 before I started, and then I added a bunch more stuff. But what I want to do is basically play almost like a villain playthrough, because the first time I played it, I went down the stereotypical hero route and tried to do all the right things and was nice to everybody and tried to save as many people as I could and all the rest of it. So I kind of want to, for my second playthrough, just go, like, super bad guy. And I've been playing around with different classes and combinations and stuff, and I kind of settled on, like... That was not where I meant to teleport to, but okay. Kind of settled on, like, standard rogue. Mixed with all the new, like, class revamps and stuff. Oh, I forgot to change my spec thing. That was dumb. I was expecting to have the elven thing, and now I don't have the elf thing, so this is fun. Let's run as far away as we can, so the next turn we can kill him. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing as... oh, you just followed me anyway. I really enjoyed playing as Sabile during my, my first campaign. So I kind of wanted to actually main the rogue this time rather than just...
Thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Playing as like an extra separated class thing.
Drowned and eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
But I also wanted to try out all the new different classes, because most of the new classes and stuff that people have created fit into, like, the predetermined archetypes that Larian created. Like, Succubus and Pirate and I can't remember the other one, but, like... I don't think I have Pet Pal to talk to him, do I? Nope. I guess he's just gonna follow me anyway. But all the new classes fit into those, like, already made archetypes, so you can play a rogue, like I want to play, and then you also have all the extra stuff, like, added in. So you're a rogue, but you could also lean into, like, the sort of demonic side of that, or you can be more of a, like, a scoundrel and a pirate and stuff, and there's a bunch of different ways to play, like, every class now. Rather than just the, like, mixing of classes, you can also just, like... It's almost like in WoW having your main class be Hunter, and then you can also be a Survival Hunter, or a Beastmaster, or a Marksman, right? Kind of adds that level of that to this game, but then also you can mix in other classes, so you could be a Succubus Rogue that's also a Vampire Warrior, and a bunch of other stuff. Looks like you've been standing out in the sun for far too long.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I suppose that's what passes for wit in your neck of the bog, I should think.
It took a while for you to think about that retort, but...
I know you, don't I? Why, only a few hours ago, I saw you skulk about that ship like a lost child in search of its mother. But you weren't
that was a better one.
A lost child, were you? You weren't an innocent at all. Word has reached me, you see, through a very sour grapevine indeed, that you turned your back on your fellow passengers. Left us to fend for ourselves. So much easier, isn't it, to look out for oneself alone? Of course I did. Takes more than some oversized cuttlefish to get the better of me. Besides, you'll find I wasn't complaining, I was making a point. about oneself. Alone. So, if there's nothing further...
Yeah, the only issue with being, like, the asshole character this time, other than getting to pick the really fun options, is that nobody likes you, so it's very hard to get companions. Because you have to be a dick to everybody. Wonder what he plans to do next.
You must know I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
So as of last night, you see a kraken-infested wasteland.
Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Sure, I can say people see castles in the sky, might as well see them in the sea.
Yes, but these weren't castles in the sky, were they? Quite obviously, I was musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
That referenced one of the other Divinity games, because I'm pretty sure there's, is it Dragon Commander, where you, like, have a flying city? Or one of them has, like, a flying city and stuff.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't you...
Oh.
May the seven have mercy on their... I am the... Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause. During
That said, I suppose
I didn't actually see what option I clicked through, so I just spammed through the rest of that because I had no idea what I was talking about.
Opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Since you do have this and that sort out, he's welcome to tag along if you want.
This and that. Tag along. Do you really mean to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix? On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. Even if it's the sort that leaves others to rot on a sinking ship.
You're welcome.
Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
Can't promise him exactly, but you'll keep his request in mind.
You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then.
Carefully ask him how he feels about the, you know, living impaired.
The
A
undead?
beautiful way of putting it.
Like your good self, you mean? Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels can fool me? But don't worry.
I like how all of the companion characters just immediately know you're undead anyway.
Excrements in demonology. I do not hold the petty prejudices of common folks. In fact, I prefer the exceptional in all things. Your secret is safe with me. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out, it goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
Alright, let's see which melee class we can give him, because we can give him all of
My
them.
blows shatter shields, and my thrusts pierce armor. If a warrior you
Indeed.
need, the warrior you'll have.
I really need to rewatch that series. That old fucking, like, Kraken and Strippin', is it Tomato as well, when they played Morrowind? That horrible fucking character I think Kraken made. A beautiful series. A battle mage would do, a knight. Who's pummeling his enemies with A heavy two-handed hammer. Beautiful. That's Inquisitor, is it? I mean, I feel like Infernal would be really good, especially for him, because he gets his fire breath as his, like, racial talent or whatever. So that could be a good combo. And then I could spec one of the other guys into, like, earth magic and stuff. Which would be super helpful for me, because the poison heals me and stuff. Sure, an Infernal.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Yeah, I think there's a reason I left him on the ship to drown last time I played this. He's a bit of a cunt.